Hello everyone, and welcome back to another video, and today we're doing another episode of Winston Reviews. Now, I have made the review probably since about February or so it's been a long time, but I have a lot of videos to be working on, and I'm at school, so it's hard to do all that while running the channel, so today we're going to be reviewing Star Wars, or Star Wars Episode 4 A New Hope, depending on how you want to view it. Now, I'll say this up front, I'm not a Star Wars guy. I've only seen the original trilogy. I've never seen any of the prequels, or any of the sequels, or any of the shows like The Mandalorian, that stuff. And I know I made like an entire playlist with Star Wars Real Ending, but I tend not to see any of those, and that was like the early type of Winston, the one who just kind of made random videos. Anyways, I'm only going to be reviewing the original trilogy, not the whole franchise, because I've only got the original trilogy, and it's not that I'm like, oh, I'll never review the other movies. Probably will at some point, but just for now, we're only focusing on the original trilogy, so let's get into it. So, the thing is, I know that a lot of people, like, love this film and say it's one of the greatest films of all time, like, yeah, this movie's amazing, and I understand if you're a Star Wars fan, you might think it's amazing. For me, I just like it. It's a good movie, but it's not, like, amazing. But there are definitely a lot of parts of it that I do like. So, like, the first part where it kind of falls, like, R2-D2 and C-3PO, and then it kind of just, like, goes along to, like, the Luke stuff. I think it's interesting, because, like, you're going from, like, one story to, like, a new story, and then it kind of goes, like, between stories. And you can introduce these new characters, new locations, and that's kind of like what I like about adventure movies, that you can go on multiple different journeys and stuff. Do like quite a bit of the characters. Luke is pretty good, as well as Han Solo, and of course Darth Vader. So it's interesting, Darth Vader doesn't really appear much in this movie. I know it's like, 10 minutes of screen time in this movie, so I like that he's like Darth Vader is like a big iconic villain, but this first movie barely appears on screen. Interesting. Now, there's definitely a few things that I'm not really a big fan of, and I said I do like the movie, but I don't like love it, And I just maybe kind of think that there's just like a lot of things that are kind of unexplained. Like, I know there's like a whole government thing in Star Wars. And I know that goes on for like a few more movies, and then I don't understand what all that's about. And yeah, I just do like the characters, I do like the story, but the thing is, I just like this movie. That's the thing, I'm not like a fan of it, I don't love it, I'm not like, yeah, this movie's one of the greatest movies of all time. I just think, yeah, it's a good movie, but it's not like the greatest movie ever made. Okay, and unfortunately the sequels are getting like that too. I do like them, they're good movies, but they're not like fantastic or anything like that. I also like the scene where they kind of get like stuck in a little like garbage type thing, and then the walls start closing on them. I thought that was a bit interesting and kind of cool at the same time. I also kind of like how it's kind of got a bit of a fantasy element to it. Like, obviously it's sci-fi. I mean, everyone can agree this is sci-fi. I would like to see someone who doesn't call Star Wars sci-fi. I don't know, like, Star Wars is probably like the definition of sci-fi. I don't know how you cannot say Star Wars isn't sci-fi. But yeah, I do like it kind of has like a fantasy type of edge to it. Like, it's almost like a fairy tale. Like, this heroic guy has to like fight all these enemies to get to the princess. And not only that, but they're using lightsabers, which can be viewed as swords. And you've got Jedi, which can be viewed as knights, and then you've got Darth Vader, who's kind of like, an evil king. And that's kind of interesting that you kind of like a modern, or I guess like a futuristic version of a fairy tale. So that's kind of an interesting thing that they kind of do. Another thing I think is interesting is that they kind of do like a little Western type thing. Like, because the Star Wars is not like a Western, but just like with the fairy tale stuff, it's kind of like a futuristic Western. Like, you see some Western elements in here, like, Han Solo is kind of a bit like a cowboy type thing, and, it's set in like a big desert. And there's even a little like bar that they go to that's kind of like cowboyish, you know what I mean? So I like how this movie does have like a lot of genres and they take a few genres, but they make like a sci-fi futuristic equivalent of that. So I do like that. But overall, I just not a big fan of this movie. Like, when I say big fan, I'm not saying that it's like the worst movie ever made. I'm just like, okay, I like that. That's not it for me. I understand that if I watch many other movies, maybe I'll like it more, but I'm just not a big Star Wars fan. So if you Star Wars fans don't agree with me, then I'm sorry. I'm just not a Star Wars fan. I think that's really what sells it. If I'm not a fan of something, I'm probably not gonna like it. But I don't know why I'm saying I'm not a fan of this movie. I mean, I am in the same universe as Star Wars. And that's not a joke. I am literally in the same universe. I explain more about how I'm connected to Star Wars in these videos right here, so check them out if you haven't. And with that, we officially conclude the video. So as I said, I'm only going to review the original trilogy. So there'll be A New Hope, Empire Strikes Back, and Return of the Jedi. You'll get those two in the future. I'm not sure when. Hey, stop barking. Honestly, dogs these days. What did I do to you? Anyways, yeah, I will have the Return of the Jedi and Empire Strikes Back video at some point. Maybe in December, but I'm not fully sure. I've just got a few videos working on. I've got Mastercraft episode 7, which is over an hour long, and I've got school. And it's also hard to edit it while I've got school, and I'm like, I also have to do the other videos. I've also got a vlog channel planned. I've got 2 videos for the clips channel. One's for both kind of for the vlog channel, but one's more of a behind the scenes video, and the other one's gonna be like a clip from it. So I hope you enjoy that, and with that we officially conclude the video. So hope you enjoyed. I'll see you all in the next video, which should be Mastercraft episode 7, and goodbye.